Melatonin is a hormone that the human body naturally produces. However, we can boost our daily intake of melatonin by eating certain foods or dietary supplements. Above all, melatonin regulates sleep. It's the internal clock of the human body. Melatonin levels rise before bedtime and remain high during the night. Also, melatonin has many health benefits, as it has powerful antioxidant properties. Among others, it boosts the immune system, protects the heart, improves athletic performance, and promotes weight loss. But, the natural synthesis of melatonin by the human body decreases with aging. Obesity and light exposure at night inhibits the production of melatonin as well. In general, the human body naturally produces between 10 and 80 micrograms of melatonin per night. It produces negligible amounts in the daytime. Many nuts, seeds, and grains are good dietary sources of melatonin. For instance, pistachios are among the richest foods in melatonin, containing 23.3 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams, or 6.5 micrograms per 1 ounce. Walnuts and almonds are also good sources of melatonin. Almonds have 3.9 micrograms, while walnuts have 0.35 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. On the contrary, most fruits are poor in melatonin. Only cranberries, grapes, strawberries, cherries, apples, and bananas have decent amounts of melatonin. Cranberries are the richest fruit in melatonin. They contain between 250 and 960 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. So, eating raw cranberries or drinking cranberry juice before bed might improve sleep quality and duration. Banana is another common melatonin-rich fruit. It contains 0.07 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. A whole banana has about 0.09 micrograms of melatonin. Most noteworthy, banana consumption can increase the concentration of melatonin in the body. Eating a banana can increase melatonin concentration in the body by up to 330%. Drinking orange or pineapple juice has the same effect. Pineapple juice increased the melatonin concentration by about 200%. Orange juice can increase the melatonin concentration by about 280%. Cherries are among the richest fruits in melatonin as well. They contain about 1.34 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Strawberries are also plant-based foods high in melatonin, containing about 1.12 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Grapes are also among the highest melatonin-containing fruits. The melatonin levels in different grape varieties exhibit significant variations though. Most grape varieties have about 0.1 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. But, certain grape varieties contain more than 15 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Grape juice is also rich in melatonin. It contains about 0.05 micrograms of melatonin per 100 milliliters. Moreover, orange juice has about 0.3 to 2.2 micrograms of melatonin per 100 milliliters. The melatonin content depends on the orange variety. Pineapples contain decent amounts of melatonin as well. They have about 0.03 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Apple is another common fruit, rich in melatonin. Depending on the variety, apple has between 0.7 and 6.7 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. The peel of an apple is much higher in melatonin than the pulp. For instance, the Granny Smith variety has 10 times more melatonin in the peel than the pulp or the juice. Many cereals are also great dietary sources of melatonin. Corn is one of the best sources. The mean melatonin content of corn is 9.6 micrograms per 100 grams. The melatonin concentration of corn highly depends on the variety though. There are corn varieties that contain more than 200 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Rice is another cereal high in melatonin. The mean melatonin content of rice is 1.6 micrograms per 100 grams. However, there are rice varieties with 26.4 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Wheat is also naturally high in melatonin, with 12.5 micrograms per 100 grams. Barley can also contribute to the daily melatonin intake. It has about 8.2 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Oats contain approximately 9.1 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. On the other hand, only a few vegetables contain melatonin. Peppers with 1.2 micrograms and tomatoes with 1.4 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams are great sources. You can skyrocket your melatonin intake by consuming dried tomatoes though. They have about 25 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Mushrooms are particularly rich in melatonin as well. Especially, certain mushroom varieties, such as Basidiomycota and Agaricus bisporus. These varieties contain up to 1,290 micrograms and 640 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams, respectively. The melatonin content of mushrooms varies greatly though. It depends on the mushroom variety, cultivation practices, and light conditions. Beans and legumes contain small amounts of melatonin. Only sprouted lentils are high in melatonin. They have about 100 micrograms per 100 grams. The germination process substantially increases the melatonin concentrations of seeds. For instance, the melatonin content in germinated soybean seeds can be increased by up to 400%. The melatonin content in germinated mung beans can be increased more than 11 times. Additionally, most wine cultivars have about 12 micrograms of melatonin per 100 milliliters. It greatly depends on the grape variety though. Merlot is the richest variety in melatonin. Merlot wine has between 10,000 and 15,000 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. Thus, a glass of Merlot wine before bed may support a good night's sleep. Surprisingly, coffee is pretty rich in melatonin as well. Roasted Arabica coffee beans contain up to 960 micrograms of melatonin per 100 grams. A cup of coffee contains up to 40 micrograms of melatonin. So, we can get adequate dosages of melatonin from our diet. Certainly, we can boost our daily melatonin intake by taking dietary supplements. Most of them provide 3,000 to 5,000 micrograms of melatonin per tablet. Although these doses are dozens of times higher than our daily needs, melatonin supplements are considered pretty safe for healthy people. Excess melatonin is excreted through urine.